What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some more news concerning Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn gives a breakdown on what happened Saturday night. Of course, I touched on this briefly, but this is the current one, and he released some more information that you guys need to hear. He first off started to congratulate Andrew Ruiz. He said Ruiz did a great job. He came game, and that's why they wanted to pick someone like him. That's why he chose him, because he wanted a guy to actually fight back that believed he could win, and he won. You know, and he also said that there was no excuses. There was no panic attack. There was no Anthony Joshua getting beat up in sparring. He said that Andy Ruiz came and, showed up and showed out, basically, and people don't give Andy Ruiz enough credit. He is the man of the time. He did what he's supposed to do. Anthony Joshua, the truth is, he said Anthony Joshua just got hit with a shot, on top of the dome, on top of the head, and he never really recovered from it. And, Ruiz kept adding insult to that injury, knocking him down, and Anthony Joshua kept getting back up. There was all the conspiracy stuff is absolutely false. He said there's no truth to any of it. And he said that also, he called it rubbish. That was his words. It was absolute rubbish that any of that happened. And give Ruiz his credit. There is a rematch, of course, you guys know. And Eddie Hearn, he stated that he would like it to be in the UK since Joshua came over to fight him. He would expect Andy Ruiz to come over to the UK to return the favor. And they're working on a venue at this point, but negotiations has began, and that is pretty much what he had to say about that day. He said it was an exciting, amazing night of boxing that didn't go our way, and we're looking forward to the rematch. Now, those are the words that Eddie Hearn spoke of. Now, it's time for me to counterpunch these words that Eddie Hearn has said. First of all, I got to give Eddie Hearn credit. You got to love the guy. He will promote till the promotion days are over. He knows what he's done. He's a chip off the old block. He likes his job, and he's doing his job well. I like how he spent it. First, he gave all the credit to Andy Ruiz. There is no excuses. He was the better man that night, and he let everybody know everything else is bullshit. And I know why he did that. He did that for many reasons. First, he's trying to sell the rematch. Second, if there is any truth to any of that shit, they could be in trouble legally. Okay. Third, it's all set up. If AJ wins, he comes back totally victorious without any type of handicap, right? Because Andy Ruiz gets all credit, full credit, right, for doing his job. So then when Anthony Joshua does it, he will get full credit also. That's one thing that Eddie was trying to convey and let you guys know. Like, no, he's coming back for the rematch. Let him keep those belts for the time that he has it. Let him enjoy this time. It is a special time. He's made history. But Anthony Joshua's coming back. Okay? So that was one thing that he was trying to let everyone know. This rematch is going to happen. Okay? And get ready to see it. So he's selling the next fight. Good job for Eddie Hearn. I also have to counterpunch the fact that Joshua didn't come over here for Andy Ruiz. I know technically he came here to fight someone, but it wasn't specifically for Andy Ruiz, though. It was supposed to be for Miller or Ortiz. That's what that what the main primary focus was. That and the people that he specifically wanted. He didn't want Andy Ruiz per se. Andy Ruiz was that last replacement. So you can't say, oh, we came over here targeting Andy Ruiz. You know, eventually you did when you found out who the opponent is. You know, but you were already in training camp expecting Miller. Those tickets were sold, a lot of them, because of Miller, though. So you can't say, oh, well, Andy Ruiz, we came over here for him, so he needs to return the favor. No, that's not how that works. You came over here to fight Miller. Miller popped dirty. Then you wanted Ortiz. They dropped out. Then you got Ruiz. Okay, so you didn't, this wasn't one of these situations where, hey, we were willing to come over here for Ruiz. Because if that was the case, if Ruiz would have signed his name on the dotted line when Miller was supposed to, and he had a full training camp, mind you, that fight more than likely would have been in the UK. You know, that would have been a different negotiation. And more than likely, Ruiz probably wouldn't have even fought his last opponent if they knew it was going to be Ruiz. Okay? So you can't say that. And I know that Eddie decided to scrap the April date. I know that before everyone starts commenting, right? The point I'm trying to make is he wasn't the primary opponent. So, you know, I know how he's trying to put the spill on it like, oh, well, you know, we came over here for Ruiz, you know. But he came over here to fight Ruiz eventually, not primarily, okay? And speaking of the UK, I don't think it should be in the UK. You know, I think he should make amends over here. You know what I'm saying? That's just like when Lennox Lewis lost a bum decision, had a draw against Holyfield. He did it here in the States again. They didn't do it in the UK, right? Because it happened here. The mistake happened here. So the mistake, quote unquote, has to be rectified here, you know? And I think really you shouldn't want those type of perks. You know what I'm saying? When you've lost, you know, a venue, that venue should be over here. You know, the game shouldn't change. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't change just because you were beaten here. Because if everything would have went according to plan, Anthony Joshua's next fight more than likely would be in the States. So just because he lost doesn't mean it has to be in the UK. Just because you fought in America once upon a time. You have to make amends in America. All the people that embraced you, like Anthony Joshua claimed the city of New York did with him, he needs to show them, hey, that he is a winner and he can win on American soil. So why would you want to go back over there for that? Now, don't get me wrong. What Andy Ruiz said he wanted, great. You know what I mean? I don't have any dispute with that. In fact, I already did a video about it. You know, he wants $50 million because he knows if he goes over there, everything is against him at that point. He knows that. You know, and if that shit goes 12 rounds with a couple knockdowns, he ain't going to win a decision. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not going to be in his favor. And think about this, guys. If you're Andy Ruiz and the career that he's had and the ups and downs, mind you, where did he take his first L? Away from American soil. Exactly. So he took his first L away from American soil. He more than likely has a bad taste in his mouth for fighting in other countries. That's why he demands all that damn money. And it makes sense. Because a lot of people thought he beat Parker. I got to go back and see that fight again. I saw it, but I really don't remember a lot. I remember seeing Ruiz throwing and landing the better shots, but Parker was landing more. They weren't the more meaningful shots, you know, because I think it was one of those Iris Landy, Lara, and Canelo shots a lot of times. Well, Lara did land good shots, so I can't say that. But more like Pernell Whitaker and Oscar De La Hoya. You know what I mean? Pernell Whitaker landed more, but De La Hoya, the punches seemed to be placed better to a certain degree, right? Oh, minus a knockdown, because, Pernell Whitaker did knock De La Hoya down and still lost a decision. But anyway, yeah, so I'm thinking that Ruiz has a bad taste in his mouth for that type of stuff. And he should, I mean, there's no reason that he should go over there, or Anthony should really want it over there. This is just what Eddie Hearn wants, okay? So if I'm Anthony Joshua, if I got any kind of pull in my career, like other people claim that he doesn't, he should have that fight ran back here in the States. Now, if this is somebody like Tyson Fury, I can understand him wanting it in the UK, but hey, all the fighters must fight here, okay? This is where it's at. In fact, I think it should be at Madison Square Garden again. You know what I mean? Bring people back. Part 2. See what he does. See if all those rumors are false. You know what I'm saying? See what it is. It might be true. He might have got the EBGBs when he got in Madison Square Garden. Might got the spirits of boxers past in there. You know what I mean? Muhammad Ali lost there, and I was going to make a video about that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's what Eddie Hearn basically had to say. The rematch is on. He wants it in the UK. There's no excuses. Everything else you heard is bullshit. Andy Ruiz won. So that is that. You guys tell me what you think about Eddie Hearn's statements. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.